Hi everyone. We are here with Muhammad Zmajevic, and we would like to discuss a little bit about 365. But first of all, I would like to ask him to introduce himself.
Hi, Nicola. It is really a pleasure to be here today to talk to you. My name is Muhammad Zmajevic, and I'm working as a ServiceNow consultant for a few years now. I also have a lot of development and product design background. Also, I did some academic works on graph-based analysis of enterprise architecture models, and therefore, there I learned some things that I used to build up this 365 plugin. What is the main idea here? It is that you have large enterprise architecture models, and it is not easy to analyze these models just by looking into models itself. There should be something in addition. So what we did there is basically we have transformed the models into graphs, into a network structure with nodes and edges. And there you have a lot of different tools. There is a lot of knowledge there that you can use in order to analyze your models, which are in this case represented as a graph. So yeah, anyone who is interested to learn more about this, feel free to approach me and I will give you more information.
Okay, thanks a lot. And I was very excited when I saw the demo on your post in LinkedIn. So it would be great if you could show us a little bit about 365 and what is possible with that and the use case that you think are more relevant.
So basically what was the case and how this plugin came up is because anytime I have to work in ServiceNow, I saw the importance of understanding the data I have to work with. So what I have created is, let's say, a different approach to visualizing your ServiceNow data with just a single click. For example, we have traditional reporting in ServiceNow often involves multiple charts for different fields, which is okay. But the problem is because in this approach, we are often not seeing some relations between the entities. So let me put this into perspective. In order to show some additional relation between the fields, I always have to make a new chart, which is always time consuming, and which I probably won't do. Therefore, I will probably lose some maybe important information. So what is the solution here? So basically, we construct a knowledge graph from the data, and this is basically highlighting the significance of each entity and all its interrelations. So, and basically this creates a strong foundation to further investigate your data. But yeah,
now I'm very curious to see it.
Yes, it's best if I just show you. So the videos that were there already are related to the assets and customer cases, but let's go here and maybe I show you the use case with the with the assets. Okay, so just give me a moment. I will share my screen. Okay, I guess this is the correct view. Yeah. So so we were talking about the assets, and let me go to assets table. So what I see here is
this is very small. Can you zoom a little bit?
yes,
Is it possible?
sure. Is it better now?
One more? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So what we can see here is I have almost 3K of records, and if I'm new guy, and if I have all this data, I have no idea what is going on. So I need some way to, let's say, I need to be able to visualize this data in the with the fields that I am most interested in. So let's say, let me just open one asset in a different tab. So what I can do now is basically I can go here, I can right click, and I can say visualize this data in 365. Before I can also apply some filters, but let's say in this case we want to take all records and we want to visualize all 3K of records. So what I do next is basically I click here and I say visualize this data in 365. I click this, and now I have a new view, which is basically a starting point. So the next step is I need to choose the columns that I'm interested from the asset table. So let's go here and let's see what we could use. So for example, we can use model category, we can use model, we can use also install status, we can see also maybe assign to department, which company, blah, blah, blah. So let me just go back and let me take these columns. As you can see, I can choose all columns from this table, and I will use model category name. So I'm interested in this. I'm also interested into model name. I'm also interested in install status. I'm also interested in company, actually name of the company, maybe also vendor, name of the vendor, probably maybe cost center, and yeah, let's also say support group.
That's pretty much.
And also department name. Yeah. So yes, I'm putting a lot of different columns just to showcase how it is working when I have multiple things in place, and I want to learn more about this. So I will put this back to the 100%. I have chosen the columns, and now what I do, I click play here. Okay, so as you can see, it is loading almost 3K of records, and
wow,
poof. So 3K of records, it lasted like maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Okay, so what I have here now is basically all of my data is visualized in just one place. I can see basically all support groups. I can see all companies, cost centers, vendors, install status, categories, departments, and also models. But just give me a second. I make this a bit more readable. I will move some nodes into different places. Okay. And then we will continue. Put this here, computer here, customer support here. Yeah.
So if I understand correctly, the colors are the category, the fields that you have chosen, and the dimension of the bubble is how many items from the table fall in that category.
Yes.
And different colors are different fields or category. So one asset can be in multiple fields possibly. And when there is a link between those bubbles, it means that one asset falls in both categories, and the dimension of the link is related to how many items are interconnected, let's say.
Yes, basically that's the case. So we have multiple different use cases. In this case, we are just counting the number of occurrences, but we can also say, for example, for assets, we can take cost column, and instead of counting the occurrences, we can take column away cost as a weight. So basically then all these bubbles will mean how much money did you spend into specific entity. So
Nice.
yeah, and there are many different possibilities that you can choose. So then you can take the sum, you can take the average of cost. So many different things are possible. But yeah, let's go next. I have a bit more readable view here. So what I can see from this view, I can basically tell some kind of a story about the data, about 3K of records that I choose before. So I can see that most of my assets they belong to the consumable model category. Some of them belong to the computer. I also see that most important cost center is customer support, also IT and sales. Most dominant vendor is Apple. Most of the assets are belonging to this company in North America. From the model name, I can see that optical wireless mouse and also desktop keyboard, they are most dominant one. And also regarding the usage by departments, customer support is using most of the assets. Yeah. So as you can see here, I can see the size of a bubble is the importance, but I can also see the thing that I was talking about before. I can see all the relations to other entities. So if I, let's say, hover consumed, I can see all the relations to other entities. And you can see, for example, installed state is consumed and model category consumable. They have the strongest connection. Also, if I hover some node, the other nodes will basically change to the amount, like how much is there. Next important thing, what I can do is basically I can let's say search node. I can change the size of the nodes. I can change the size of the labels. I can also apply some different views. But what is more important, I can also take any node and I can double click and I can get all the details about this node. So let's say department name, we have customer support, and then I see all the details about the distribution by companies. I see also the details about the distribution of cost center, installed status, model name, model category, vendors. All the things are here. So these are real numbers, not just the visual. So what is the next part? The next part here is that I see this text here, which is basically AI generated, which is basically giving me a human readable form of a summary of the data that I have here. So for example, I see text here, the department customer center has a total of this many rows. The company North America has the highest number of rows with 248, accounting for 21% of the total. The company UK follows closely with this amount of rows representing 19%. There are some interesting outliers in the data. For example, the company South America has 80 rows.
Interesting.
Relatively, yeah. So I have here all the main points. I have also the outliers, and also I have some interesting things about the data. And basically, I can do this for any node. I can, for example, take Apple, and I can see here AI is preparing the summary. And in some short time, I will get the summary about this result. So I have here a bit more text, but let's say maybe interesting facts just to read. Interesting facts from the data include the popularity MacBook Pro models, with the MacBook Pro 17 being the most purchased. Additionally, the majority of purchases are made by the sales and customer support departments, indicating a focus on providing Apple products to these teams. So just imagine, so this is all of this is dynamic content. So this is not some generated content. This is all AI generated. And imagine all the possibilities that you can do. You can have, for example, let's think about the ITSM module. We can think about, let's say, incidents, and we have their service managers, and let's say they are managing some of their services, and for example, each morning or each week they can get an email with this kind of a summary of their business service that they are managing, and all the details, what happened in the previous week. And once again, so this is totally different than the traditional approach with all the charts and things there. So this is why it's called 365, because I basically see everything in my data in one place. And if I am then interested to find out more, I can always go to the traditional way. I can create different charts and see the real numbers. But from here, I start. I get
that's very interesting, because we speak a lot about interplay between LLM and knowledge graphs, and that seems to be a case of that, where the two concepts are related. And I would be very curious if you see immediate application in other area of the platform as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we also have a use case, because I saw you were working a lot on showing the structure of ServiceNow tables. So I don't know how many tables are there out of the box, maybe 5-6K of different tables, and you have shown this in a large graph. And what I can say here, for example, I can use the same approach to basically do the same. So I can go, maybe let's duplicate this. And let me open the tables. Why I'm trying to explain this is because it is also possible to show some kind of parent-child relation, and then we will have let's say a larger parts. So if I go to the tables, I see here a list of my tables, and I see almost more than 5K of different tables. So what I'm interested into a table, and also a table that is extending maybe the parent table. So what I can do, I can also visualize this. I can go again to my overview, and I will take the name and also parent, which is called superclass name. And in this case, I will not differentiate columns. And let's see what happens. So we are loading 5K of rows, and
Wow.
it is here. So as you can see, it's really, really fast. But of course, we see that this view is not relevant for this use case. So let me go and apply another view, Force Atlas. And it is now working to make it a bit nicer. And let me just also maybe decrease the size of the nodes. Okay.
So many clusters.
Yeah, in this case, we just have two clusters, parent and child. This is because I'm using the same approach that we use for the data before. But of course, we will have here the possibility where you exactly have a tag, which in this case will be let's say a category of a node. So you can imagine CMDB and all the CIs there and how they are connected, and we will have parent-child relation. But regarding the category, we will have it says class name of a CI as the color. But what I can see from this view here, as you can see, I can easily scroll down and do many things, even though I have many nodes. What we can see that sys metadata is always in the middle of everything.
Of course, yeah.
Everything starts from here. But for example, what is also interesting, I see some things here. This is CMDB application.
Yeah.
Of course, and here I guess, yes, this is CMDB CI, and I see
Yeah.
that are extending this. So yeah.
And the cloud of points, these are tables which
have
not so connected, I guess.
Yes.
So
yeah.
they are, yeah, okay, yeah.
For example,
that's very nice.
With one of our customers, we did the same thing. And can you guess which table was in the middle? I mean, if we exclude the sys metadata.
I mean, CI task are the usual candidate.
Yes, but in this case, it was import set table. So
oh wow.
I guess they were importing a lot of different data sets, and each time you have
thousands of import sets. Okay, yeah. Yes, I see. That's an insight. Okay, yeah, that's very nice. Mohammed, and I will also take the opportunity to start wrapping up. I would like to ask you if there is anything else that we should see regarding the product, and then if we can close a little bit with the directions, what you think are the most relevant application of this technology, and if you see a space for graphs in the ServiceNow space.
I would not, let's say, waste any more of time to showcase different things. It's best if anyone who is interested, we can talk about this in addition, so we can just go to the final questions if you have.
Okay, so that will be, I mean, what you think in terms of directions and how this technology should be used in ServiceNow. and the relevance of graphs for ServiceNow.
So basically, my vision on this is that it is really a good starting point to have a view on your data. So you can imagine any kind of table, any kind of data. So, and this can be your starting point. So in order to understand your data, you can start from here. And then when you have this picture, then you can go and try to find some more interesting details. You can use other approaches, traditional reporting, graphs, charts, and things like this. So also what is my vision on this is basically, I think this could be a standard part of any ServiceNow instance, where you can basically, where anyone can basically have this kind of an overview, which basically helps you to understand your data, because human capabilities are much better when we are visualizing things instead of using other techniques. So I would be really happy if one day this is maybe a standard thing that comes
part of the platform. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We would see.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, Mohammed. Thanks a lot for this introduction. That was very insightful and exciting. And I think we will speak soon again.
Of course, looking forward.
Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.